call me
discredit people that know the real truth.
Bumpkin, and I have a college education.
Yeah.
You know, and all this other stuff. It said that I was making up. I've been accused of being on all kinds of drugs and everything else, you know. They absolutely hated me. I butted heads with some of the best of them. I butted heads with John Green. You know,
can you talk about some of the research, though?
Fehrenbach and everything.
Yeah.
Well, Hitler put me up to a lot of stuff trying to get hair samples and DNA samples and whatnot, and then I got with Erickson, Adrian, and I sort of went off grid for a long time.
Well, I guess so. After somebody shot your house up and
I sold the house in 2000. I sold the house and the property in 2004. Well, actually, it was.
That's when people thought that you were dead, and we're going around saying that you were dead because you were no communication, no cell phone, no TV, nothing.
Nothing was in my name. Nothing was in any of us' name. I had gotten a divorce I didn't get a divorce from Paul until later,
but the house had been broken into, things had been stolen,
nothing.
But not anything of value, like somebody, just Bigfoot-related items.
Yeah, research-related
like
stuff.
Like the clay ball with the hair?
No, Igor took that to Russia
did he?
with him.
Okay.
But see, people hate me for getting a hold of the Russians, but oh my God, Dmitry and Igor and Mike, and Jane Kaufman, all studied that with Professor Porcif and all them back when Bob Gimlin and Roger Patterson made that film.
Yeah.
And they authenticated it. There's no way, you know, it is authentic.
And the Russians have the copy of the real film.
Well, yeah,
supposedly.
one of them does. It's a long story.
And Renee DeHenden took it to Russia and needed money to get back to the United States or Canada, and then, so that's where the original film went.
Yeah. But this wasn't even a generation copy. But anyhow, all said and done, I thought, okay, if anybody's going to believe me, they'll believe me.
Yeah.
You know, they'll take a look at it because they had the cases on.
They had the real film and looked at it.
And they looked and studied the film and everything.
And she had children too.
Yeah. Zana did.
Russians that were half human and half Sasquatch.
Yeah, but all said and done, okay. But like I said, you know, I went off grid. Nobody heard from me. I was very, very low key. I worked on the DNA projects and everything else, you know, collected my DNA and stuff. But some of these organizations, I won't mention which ones, but a lot of them, you know, they couldn't stand me because people want to believe something.
But eventually, some people did come around, though, to recognize
it. Around.
I was there one time, and a guy publicly put you on stage and said that he absolutely apologized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Randy, what was his name? Randy? Yeah.
And
that takes a lot of class, really.
Yeah.
To do, and especially at a public event in front of an audience, a live audience, to get up and at a conference, Bigfoot conference, no less.
But I don't hold grudges against people because, you know, it challenges a lot of people when they hear about a Bigfoot. First off, it's a scary encounter to begin with.
And you've even mentioned when we had a particular sighting, contacting Coleman. Lauren Coleman.
I butted heads with Lauren. He even sent his brother and another guy here to debunk my case, you know. And I'm like,
try to disprove the farm and everything.
Driving down the road, they hung their heads, made them into mailbox. I said, hey, I'll take you out. Come on, let's go. Never happened. They wouldn't even get out of the vehicle. Drove all that way for nothing.
Well, I mean, if you really knew the truth yourself about Blackie and the rape and other things down there, would you want to get out of the car too? I mean, really? I mean, they knew the truth, even though they were there to cover it up. Yeah, well, that's the way to deny it. Positively deniability, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't know it, but at the time, Blackie wasn't around at the time. But
yeah.
That's neither here nor there, but Fox and Nikki and them, Bo and them were, you know, squeaky. But, but any rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I ran the gauntlet, basically, of
But you told me one time, like, who else are you going to call to find out about these cryptids, you know? You call someone like, what's his name? Coleman? What's his name? How do you say it? Lauren Coleman?
Lauren Coleman.
Yeah.
I mean, he's cryptozoologist.
Yeah.
You know, I went to a lot of these people, and finally, you know, it's like, I'm sorry, but none of them knew any more than I did, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, okay, I guess I'm out here on limb by myself. And then Dimitri, after interrogating and everything, and after I went public, well, I need to back up, because back in the 90s, I had a friend from Ohio, he's deceased now too, Dallas Gilbert, and my half-sister Lila put me up to going public with what I knew. Dallas told me to contact Mary, and I did.
The East Tennessee or the Tennessee Bigfoot lady, or
Tennessee Bigfoot lady.
Tennessee Bigfoot lady.
By back in the day, but
Mary Green.
Yeah, Mary Green, Dallas Gilbert. He was from Portsmouth, Ohio, and I did. Very, very good person. I've been out in the field with him too many times to talk about in years past. But he said, she's a really nice lady and she will believe you. I said, you're not going to believe me. I in the initial email to her, she probably thought I was a nutcase, which I probably sounded like a nutcase. But I just laid it out on the table, and she called me immediately.
Wow.
And then she wanted to know if she'd come visit. That was in February. I said, come on, you know, and she brought some people with her. And we went out there into what used to be the old garden backfield. And Fox come down the hill. I know she saw him come down the hill. They had bionic ears. It was so cold, so blooming cold that the batteries were going dead immediately on the electronics and stuff. And she got a small clip of him coming down the hill in behind the trees, but you couldn't really make out detail. It's another blob squatch.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a million of those. And they got to hear him and everything, and I left a blanket out for him, and there was a little bit more detail that I'm going to leave out because that's neither here nor there either. But there was some other occurrences that they knew that I was legit with what I was saying. So Mary started doing an interview with me and my half-sister, and it was hours and hours. And then here's Dimitri and Igor, and Dimitri interrogated me one way, every shape and way that he could. He'd ask the question 50 different directions, and the truth doesn't change. When you're telling the truth, the answer to the question is not going to change. There's only one answer to give. I mean, and you're going to get caught in lies. You know, so why bother? I don't have anything to prove. I could care less. Am I going to get rich off of Bigfoot? Hell no. I spent out more money over the years.
You were just interested in getting the truth out there, setting the record straight.
They are a type of people. I've never claimed
never said that they were human.
I never said they were human. I said they're
even though they're part human according to the DNA, the mitochondrial side of the DNA.
Yeah, the mother side of the DNA, yes.
Yeah, part human.
But at the time, the DNA was not advanced that much. The first two tries for DNA, we went with a scat sample, hair samples, and what they extracted, well, actually the first three times, they said, okay, there is human cross-contamination, they thought. Okay. The fourth time, I sent my DNA in, my hair samples and stuff in with the hair sample. And I said, we wore gloves. I had a scientist go with me that collected it.
And so there was no chain of custody issue or contamination or
cross-contamination.
And they can rule out that contamination now, just like the OJ case where the police trampled over everything and the evidence. They can now
there was no
isolate the contamination if there is contamination and still get DNA results.
You know, it came back human.
You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
You can
human, and these carpenter ants are awful.
Yeah, we picked the perfect place by the lake.
But
Ant Hill.
But anyhow, they you know, it's always come back human or human contaminated back in the early days, the early stages of the research. The nuclear, which is farthest side, is an unknown. That being said, people speculate, oh, they're from the Nephilim, oh, they're alien, oh, they're this, that, and the other. We don't know. There's nothing here that we have here
to compare it with. There's nothing known comparison.
To compare it with.
Yeah. Out of all the other DNA samples that they can compare it with.
Now, through hominids to hominids, we only have two ancestors in our evolutionary chain of
like Neanderthals and Denisovans
are the only two that
depending on how you pronounce it.
Yeah, depending on how you pronounce it. Those are the only two DNAs that we have. We don't have it from Homo erectus. We don't know what Homo erectus was. We don't know what Cro-Magnon was or any of the rest of them.
Right. Homo abortogenesis or any of the others.
So
Homo floresiensis.
Until we are able to get DNA from there, we don't know that the Bigfoot's nuclear DNA doesn't match something somewhere.
It's just simply unknown at this point.
Unknown. But like I said...
But you all were pioneers with that DNA study, really.
Well, yes,
and you found out that
a lot of people were very jealous, like I said, they...
Oh, jealousy.
You had real evidence, like actual physical
jealousy.
Evidence.
Down and shut me up and everything else.
When everybody else is running around trying to get a dead one, you had a live one.
Yeah, and they also
could speak to you.
Me. And as you see, William is holding the camera, videoing me.
Yeah.
Or the phone or whatever. I am horrible at taking pictures. He's a witness to that, aren't you? I've gotten better since the cell phones came out.
Yeah.
A lot better. But, you know...
You've got pictures.
I've got pictures.
People always say, well, if they're so real and she's so blah, 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 where's all the pictures? Well, who's to say that there aren't pictures?
Well, true. But the thing of it is, what's the use in sharing them? Because nowadays, AI can manifest image.
Things can be fake, CGI, computers, artificial intelligence, deep fakes and everything.
Video.
I mean, if they can bring Luke Skywalker back and put him in a movie.
But as far as that goes, I mean, no amount of video, no amount of pictures is going to prove, without a doubt, that, I mean, even look at the Roger Patterson and Bobby Goodwin film, Patty.
Yeah.
You know, people are still debating whether it's authentic, whether it's real, whether it's been faked, and this is what?
I believe it's real just because I can base it off of actual sightings I've had.
63 years later?
Like the grass-looking skirt around the buttocks and where the back of the legs join together, and everybody says it's just a suit. It's not a costume. That's how that hair lies. That's the way the hair meets together.
We even, you know, big group.
But you'd have to see that to know that, though, to understand that it's real, you know, that it's not a costume.
It's like a big group of people. I mean, I corresponded, like I said, with a large group of closed circle, what I consider legitimate research.
Real scientists, really.
Well, scientists, or at least they were educated in their field of research.
Doctors
Doctrines or whatever.
Yeah.
That said, no, I didn't go with the general public. What the heck's the use? I mean, not that the general public. I don't like the general public or whatever, or your lay people. It's just that I needed to go with a higher standard if I wanted to prove something.
Right. You were trying to get like the basic equivalent of a white paper report that could be tested and evaluated and analyzed and proven. Yeah, stand up to peer review.
Yeah.
Scientific review, scientific proof. You were after the hard evidence.
Yeah, and
everybody else was lacking. Nobody had the real proof. People say, well, where's the proof? Well, you had it.
I had it. I was
still
able
got
to get it.
Yeah.
And, coming, geez, I've been public for, let's see, that was 2002 when we came out with the book. This is 23 years.
Wow.
So, and I feel like I've accomplished what I was set out. Did I get them recognized? Did I get the Bigfoot recognized? Did I get them protection?
Yeah, you did work trying to get an endangered species or something act in Tennessee passed, didn't you?
Yeah, it passed for
petitions. How many signatures did you have to gather and raise?
I had to go to a lot of people, but we did get it for 2 years, and then they dropped it. But
and it is interesting, however, that Tennessee, in order to have a season to legally hunt something, it has to be in season. And since there is no season for Bigfoot, they are protected then. You can't kill one out of season and not get in trouble, even though it is murder. It would be considered human DNA.
Tell people that don't know any better that there are hyena here in Tennessee, and they are on the endangered species.
Well, we got wild boar and everything else here.
Wild boar, we got leopards, we got. Heck, they never did catch the tiger last year that got away out there in Knoxville. Where in the hell is the thing at? Excuse my language.
Yeah, exactly. Nashville has over 200 elephants, or over 100 elephants on 200 acres or something. On a
Heck, we had
private
capybara and
sanctuary. Yeah, we had a capybara running loose. Like, what the heck's a capybara running loose on this lake right here? In Tennessee, yeah. I got pictures of it on the nightly news. And I tracked it that day. I actually went looking for Bigfoot tracks, and I was like, what kind of tracks are these, Yeah.
It's like we ran across, you and I ran across all kinds of footprints. I usually pass them by and don't pay that much attention.
Other cryptids and stuff, other unknown species.
We've also come across bear and big cat and wolf and coyote and, dog, regular animal. What about a pack of wild dogs? Imagine, getting run out of a peninsula where you got water on 3 sides of you, and they're coming in behind you, closing. I mean, we about had to make a swim for it or something if we didn't make it back to the vehicle. You kept saying, come on, William, come on. When I say it's time to go, it's time to go. It took you a little bit to learn that.
Well, I couldn't believe the sound of those howls. It sounded like a railroad train's brakes squealing. It's like, I was like, is there a train up there? And you're like, no, William, there's no train on top of that mountain. Let's go. And I was just like dumbfounded. I didn't know what to think or make of it, really.
Well, but it's like.
But it's real.
It's all real. I've never lied to you. I mean, I know you have my back. You are a very, very good research partner because you have my back and I have your back. If we don't come out together, neither one of us is going to come out.
Right.
If we get in a sticky situation, and we've been there, we've done that. We've got the battle scars to prove it.
Yeah.
If not physical battle scars, mental
PTSD and everything else that goes along with it. And it's real. I mean, you try to overcome those fears and stuff and anxiety from it or post-traumatic encounters. And not all encounters are bad. I mean, there's some that are and some that aren't. So, you kind of have to take it with a grain of sand and realize that some people are bad, some people are good. It's the same thing, you know, with humans even.
But it's like, you know, I went off grid, like I said. I sort of, when we were doing the DNA studies, I was limitedly back online. I don't think I really came back. I didn't come back.
This is when you were off grid?
Yeah. Well, I came back to Tennessee in 2007, the later part of 2007. I'd moved out of state and was doing research for other individuals that were
other groups and
well, not groups. Adrian Erickson and Lawrence LaBelle.
Other projects. I guess that was the Erickson project, part of it or something.
Yeah, part of the collecting the DNA and
Melba,
getting the evidence and stuff, Melba and everything.
Now, she's a real scientist, real doctor. I mean, she's legit. Yeah. She was able to break down the process to
and the thing of it is,
collect and isolate the DNA.
Those samples were farmed out to other labs and stuff to do the DNA analysis. They think that Melba did it all, and she just says, "Here it is. You know, this is what it is."
Well, some of those labs didn't want to be identified once they tested it, and then found out because nobody told them what they were testing. It was up to them to determine it.
Determine what
there
it was.
there was no, power of suggestion involved with.
And Fox, like I said, I've told you a million times, probably heard it so many times you've got it memorized, that Fox made it into the DNA studies 11 times.
Yeah, we saw that today.
Because I had passed his DNA through hair and other samples, saliva and stuff, to multiple people.
Scott Carpenter had Fox's DNA.
Yeah. Igor
Mary
had
Green.
It, Mary.
Dr. Igor Butzev.
And, and Randy up in Canada and just a bunch of us, let's put it that way. And then I think I was the only one with Melba that I sent her my DNA too, because I didn't want it to be, here's cross-contamination, this woman's faking this stuff again, because every time I sent something or did something and it went public, people were doubting Thomas's. Or they were skeptics, or whatever you want to call them. They called me a liar, a hoax, and a job, and everything else. Henner put me up some crazy stuff in a prayer box back in the day, trying. I want to address this because there was a post on Facebook in one of the Bigfoot groups that are on there.
The people that call bullshit on everything.
Yeah.
They have no basis for saying anything because they have no evidence, no proof.
But one of the people went
just their opinion.
Took up for me because it was talking about the garlic, me giving Fox garlic at the back door. Okay, that was not in 50 years. You'll never find it in 50 years with Bigfoot. That was, Henner had put me up, said he needed the hair follicle from the hair. I sent him, I don't know how many bags full of hair, okay? Because he was hard to get along with at times. He butted horns and locked them, I don't know how many times. But he says, well, we need DNA samples. And he first sent me a fingerprinting kit and a fish tank and some mason jars and wanted me to try to lift fingerprints, get them to drink out of that dang fish tank. And I'm like, now, what the hell am I supposed to do with this fish tank? What am I supposed to be putting goldfish in it and setting it out there for him or what? He said, well, pour some Kool-Aid or something in those mason jars.
So by you giving Fox the garlic, that was how you collected the DNA from the hair?
No, he came to the back door.
Yeah.
They use garlic to keep, it has to be a clove.
Yeah.
And they break it up. Garlic, if you cut garlic or chop up garlic to put it in a dish or baking or anything, it smells. It's got a raunchy smell to it. But they used it to keep mosquitoes off of them. Now, Igor knows this as well as I and some other people. that the Bigfoot have their own species, own type of body lice.
And someone,
and they're big.
Charlie Raymond, asked me, I'd like to know how he knows that. Well, this is how I know that.
Igor collected them out of foxes and them's.
Right. They have their own species of lice. Each species. Cows have cow lice. Horse have horse lice.
Pig lice, chicken lice, you name it.
Humans have human lice. And so the Bigfoot,
have their own
they found out there's a new species of lice from gathering the hair samples sent for DNA.
Well, not for DNA.
They sent it to Copenhagen, or where was it?
Yeah, they sent that. Igor had that. I let him take it to Russia with him. And
then from there, they sent it to a lab in Germany.
In Germany, yeah.
Because the lice had hatched out or something, or whatever lice do.
Out of the egg.
They found lice in with the sample, so they sent it to a lice specialist in Germany or something.
Yeah.
And they discovered this new species. So that just shows you scientists. They've not discovered everything. We think everything is known that exists out there. Most people that call bullshit, they think they know everything already anyhow, and that there is no evidence or proof of everything. Well, if it's real, how come she don't have pictures? Well, they're assuming there's no pictures. They have no proof there's no pictures. Like, how can they prove that?
He had pictures. Igor has pictures.
Yeah.
He has his own case. I accomplished.
Well, I mean, Bob Giblin and Roger Patterson filmed.
There are pictures, but when you saw it,
got video.
They're going to say, oh, well, that's fake. That's a person in a suit, yada, yada.
I saw the video of the Bigfoot driving a car, so, you know.
Well, that was Greg. That's good show.
Yeah.
Igor in his case. Over there in Russia.
So.
You know, and I feel like I accomplished a lot because.
Well, you're a true pioneer.
Igor.
You were ahead of your time, and a woman, you know, in a field full of men that are so-called experts.
It was in 2000.
And there are no experts.
There is no experts. I am not an expert. I do not want to be labeled a Bigfoot expert or a Sasquatch research expert because I am not.
Right.
There's always
We're just reasonably knowledgeable individuals.
Yeah. There's
just
always something new to learn.
Yes. Because when you think you know it all, then you discover how much you really don't know. Yeah, you don't know what you don't know until you know it, and then you know it all.
But like I said, he came to the door, Fox did, back door of the old farmhouse. He wanted garlic to keep mosquitoes off of him. And I thought, okay, and I went in and I got that garlic clove and I took it out there and I handed it to him with this hand into his hand. And I reached up on his arm and I snatched, I pulled a whole clump of hair. His eyes got big. I was like, I ran back in that house. You talk about hauling ass. I was like, oh my God, he's going to come after me and he's going to plummet me, into a bloody mess. But he didn't. He just turned around and said, thank you.
With the geese?
And left.
I hear the geese.
I did get the hair follicles. I did get the follicles. I got the roots. But, boy.
I cannot find my phone thing, guys.
Boy.
I'm so sorry.
There was a lot of easier ways I could have done that.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was like, okay.
A moment of opportunity there.
Yeah, I seized upon the moment.
I seized upon the moment.
But it's like through the years, I met you, in what,
2019 or 2020? Probably 2019.
Because we came in.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. You have to just hear it, okay, guys?
Well,
I can show you my ceiling.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said, I went off grid. Okay, I came back on limitedly and did a talk show. We weren't on Power Talk. We were on.
Love you, Sister Michelle.
Oh crap! It was one of these podcast the shows that we do every week. I did it with J.C. Johnson and Darwin. The horse world. I can't even think what his last name is from out there in Oregon. And we would talk about. We had a lot of followers. We had a lot of people come on to the show and, do the interviews and everything. Of course, once again, I got put down the road a lot. But JC, you know, and Leonard Dan and them came to visit.
Yeah.
And everything. Then
they were also sort of like peers and pioneers alongside with you, weren't they?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
was it Bobby Shore?
Bobby
See,
Shore.
I didn't know her
Bobby
then.
Shore.
But
No, she had the Bigfoot Chronicles website. I mean, even Bobby called me crazy. Wanted to know if I was on drugs or something to begin with. But this is a common thing. You know, if somebody comes up to you and they go against a long
there's a lot of stuff that you withheld.
Beautiful. Awesome, Ninja Dave. Love this.
And to say that there's no Bigfoot in Tennessee, I mean, yeah, there's probably 250,000 of them just in East Tennessee alone. Yeah. If people even knew, I mean, downtown Knoxville even.
I don't have
don't
my
think there's
phone
Bigfoot.
support. I don't know where it is.
It's just like cave systems. They go in the sewer system and dumpster
Must
dive
have fell
garbage
somewhere.
cans and stuff. It's like Sesame Street, the little green guy in the garbage can, you know, and Tickle Me Elmo and Cookie Monster, they're all Bigfoot.
To Craighead Cameras, Lost Sea.
Yeah.
It's what, maybe 8 miles
Yeah.
as crow flies.
Yeah.
If you drive it by road, you know, we're depending on which way you go, which we know every back road in the county.
Yeah, we've been on a lot.
We've been on them. We can get there
And
in
some people wouldn't believe
15
that
miles.
to see a Bigfoot, one of the things that you really pioneered was just to drive around until you saw one. Like travel up and down the back roads at night, looking in areas where you knew that they would be at, and then chance upon a brief sighting of them.
Yeah.
And you were talking about earlier today your senses, how you use your sense, even. And I joked about, your nose is the best
Go for
sensor,
it,
you know.
Maybe more in the summer, okay?
Golly, I've smelled them, and you know.
Well, we know what they smell like.
You know when you experience that
but it's like
odor from one. The nose knows.
People were friendly with
The
me.
nose knows.
They called us habituators.
Yeah.
Okay. Habituation of what? Because that sounds like, okay, maybe we're trying to get these Bigfoot off of drugs or something.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what it sounds like some kind of recovery or something.
Recovery.
Or habituator sounds like you're doing something else.
Yeah.
Habitual, it's something else.
I know, but whatever, they wanted to be
Yeah.
honest. But there was more than me. There was a few other women that came forward with their,
True pioneers, yeah.
With their accounts. And they were from different places. But all said and done, like I said, I came back home. Scott Nelson, Ron Moorhead, and Al Berry had the Sierra and Sounds and the Samurai Chatter. I went, in 2007, I went on a program. Robert Morgan had Ron Moorhead. I called in. I said, look, they are speaking English to you all. I said, I know what they're saying. Everybody gave me down the road because they said it wasn't possible that I knew what they were saying. You know, a lot of the Bigfoot research people and stuff. I said, I do know what they're saying. I was raised up around them. I can't make this up. You know, I know, and they're speaking English with an Irish accent. I can tell you their names. I can tell you what they were doing. I can tell you your story. You don't have to tell me your story of what happened out there. I can hear it from what the Bigfoot are talking and saying.
And then didn't you say Ron Moorhead even commented something about that they had never disclosed those details, that information?
They never disclosed some of the details.
Yeah, that you were telling them about their camp.
He went and he found Scott Nelson, who is a linguist, you know. And I'm not, how to put it, I don't have credentials.
Yeah.
In a lot of this.
But you took notes, though. You took
I know.
the best you could to record their writings and their language and their alphabet and communication.
I did go to Professor Roy
Basically,
Wagner.
like what a real anthropologist would do.
Anthropologist.
Like study and immerse yourself into that culture and that environment and live alongside with them even.
At the time, I took Roy Wagner. He's Professor Roy Wagner, the University of Virginia, who was a cultural anthropologist, taught classes up there. He went with me a lot of times out in the field. I said, I want to take this type of approach toward studying and researching the Bigfoot because they are a type of people. I mean, I have an unpublished, to this day, unpublished paper of his, what he
on
witnessed,
the Bigfoot, what he's seen, experienced, learned, knew.
Yeah, with me, out in the field. But once again, it took Scott Nelson to say, hey, this is the language. He's never said it was English. He never said it. He said it's a type of language.
Didn't you say that Dimitri credited you in a book of his?
Yeah, one of his last books.
A real complimentary.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it. I've got it in the house.
But it's in a book. I mean, it's like in the foreword of a book or something where they said that as scientists, they were the student and you were the teacher, that you taught them.
Yeah, I was
about
proud because I was giving Dimitri down the road. I was blasted him in an email, and then
probably didn't believe in like remote viewing or stuff like that, or experienced it.
That to him, and I mean
in graphic detail, like intimate detail and knowledge.
Yeah, and he was like, okay. He didn't doubt me after a while. He said,
and there's been other people that's experienced that too. People that had never met you before, that you didn't know anything about.
Yeah.
I remember I was there for one. You told a man that he was pregnant. Not that he was going to have a child, but that his wife, who was his fiance, that was his girlfriend, because he had just proposed. They just got the results and nobody knew it. And then you even said that he was going to have a daughter, which his wife gave birth to a daughter, just like you told him, basically.
Yeah. I sort of freak people out because I can.
And this person went on a podcast show and admitted that. like, have you heard of Janice Carter? Oh, yeah, I've heard of her. Yeah, I've heard of her, ha, 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 and laughed about it. But then this person said, well, let me tell you about her, Let me tell you what she told me, and nobody knew that. Nobody
knew that. But see, I can reach in. I don't like to invade. It's like It's just like with me and you. You first met me. You came up. You were very upfront, and I said, "You stick with me." I never lied to you. I said, "You stick with me long enough, you're going to go down that rabbit hole. You're going to see everything imaginable, not just Bigfoot."
Yeah, you're going to see all kinds of things if you stick around.
Thank you, Ninja Dave. Thank you for joining us, my friends. Tabarka, what's up? Beautiful. Let me see a more recent video from my brother. Oh, beautiful. You're gonna love this one. Big hugs to Barca. Thank you for stopping by. This is my brother Ninja Dave. We're gonna have a very nice interview very soon. Beautiful. He's searching for footprints. And we'll finish it afterwards, okay? It's a 15-minute video. That's interesting.
What do you say, guys?
That's interesting. Look.
Back at it again. Imagine this. Look at this beauty.
Thank you, Tabarka. Oh, beautiful. Look at that.
This is the location where me and Janice Carter had the sighting of the baby Bigfoot. And I'm already seeing ground stick signs that weren't here the last time I was here. I'm seeing someone's footprint back there. Just some really incredible stuff.
Beautiful.
This tree right here, when the sun sets in the west, it casts a shadow straight down through the center of this structure and out over from the opposite side here. There
Awesome.
was a ground stick that had a leaner on top of it.
Beautiful.
There it is right there. That aligns with this axis in the shadow, which is really interesting. See if I can get a shot of it here. You can align this like a sight with the ground stick. You'll start to understand why this isn't natural deadfall. When you see the top of that structure aligns with that tree and the shadow when it casts on the sun, I think they're marking the winter solstice.
Oh my gosh, brother, that's
Direction and
crazy.
angle of the sun's movement, tracking it here. So this structure is built here for more than just a simple reason of having been built. That's fresh. Like that limb's been freshly broken here. I can smell the smell from it. You know how wood smells like when you snap something in two? That's crazy. That might have just happened before I got here. When I bent over to line that ground stick up, I could smell it. I could smell that wood where it's been broke right there. That's interesting. That piece of bark and that stick laid across it there, left there, and that why? Ask why. Why would there be a Y stick and a Y stick? You can't make this stuff up. That right there is just one of the really neat, super neat places to come here to do follow-up visits of, and this is where Janice Carter and I saw the baby Bigfoot. So it was actually right here. I mean, right from where that structure is, right there, to like literally that embankment right there. Underneath this tree, it ran right up through there. Right up through there. if you can see it. Right up to above where that tree's at. Right down through here. Yeah. Yeah, come right down through here. You follow that path. Look what it leads over to. I mean, could you make... This is where Jan got mud actually squeezing up between her toes of her sand. I mean, could you make... This is where Jan got mud actually squeezing up between her toes
Adrian,
of her sandals down here.
good
When I took her
morning.
out to eat,
Monkey Man, what's
the
up,
dinner,
brother?
all these like little flowery
Good
things
morning, my
started
brother.
sticking
Hope
to
you're
her.
doing well.
We call them Sugar's lice or something, or briars and stuff, but this has got me kind of curious now, this huge log pile, because upstream from here there's a like a little dam across it that's been newly made, and the trees are placed there. Some of them are up on top of the bank going down into the creek, and I don't know, it's just
Terry, good
one of
morning.
those head scratchers, I guess, where you're like, wonder if that's natural. Like that right there, look at that. Looks like maybe it's part of a little structure in here. Right up underneath these trees right here. Yeah. One's got a little break to it, almost a twist break it looks like. It's been twisted and broken. Some of them I've seen where they're twisted all the way in too. You know, where it's twisted and turned all the way around. Yeah, you can see it there. It's got a little twist to that break right there. Isn't that cool? Yeah. This is where that rock was splashed in the creek behind me one night when I was down here, and it didn't sound like a rock typically hitting the water like kapoosh. It was like, oh, it was like, boom, like straight in and under. The other side over here, I don't know why I haven't thought about this before, but there's railroad tracks on the back side that go across through here. And so it seems logical to think that they could possibly be using those railroad tracks as a avenue to access this little park that's in the county, almost in the city limits. I mean, it's like just right down the road where the nearest shopping center is, so that they could collect higher taxes. Of course, they made it city limit.
Stardashians, what's up,
right
village?
The city right here of Knoxville.
Thank you for stopping by. Terry, my brother. John P. loves you.
I took a little photo, maybe I can include it, of a ground stick next to my foot that was obvious. The stick that it was from, or the branch end, was about 6-7 feet away from the ground stick sign where they marked, where they once would put these Osage orange balls to use for a bug repellent, I believe. So, creek's really down. Maybe I can get up here to film that huge log jam. I mean, some of these logs are just massive that have been, to me, it looks like it's been put here because some of them are on the backside away from everything. Like they're trees like this size of trees down in the creek right up here.
Bobby, what's up?
You all have to look at it and tell me what you all think. But
Thank you for stopping by, my brother.
Kicked off down in there from up here, but how did all this other debris?
Pull Chop, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. Good morning.
In the creek from here. I mean, I guess some of this could be flood debris in these trees that's in here, but
Okay, let me see. Okay, 7 minutes to go, guys, and then we'll finish it off, okay? My brother Jim's, he's online as well. I'm gonna check him out.
This because it's kind of interesting. Some other people coming down the trail. But let's take a look right here. Look at that.
Oh, beautiful river. Oh my gosh. Lovely area.
Someone's bobber caught in the tree up there. Yeah, but all those logs they've just recently.
That's otters.
Some of those are like really massive trees.
Yep.
In that stretcher.
That's a lot of trees, guys.
On this side that are up, on
that's gonna be a big truck to take that.
Did not fall from there.
Like a caterpillar or something.
Obviously, put in the creek there to build that little bridge across there. A Bigfoot, big woods beavers.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well,
the big woods beavers love it, brother.
At the end, and hope you guys enjoy this little walk through the park.
It was awesome.
Where I've had.
Awesome.
Do that, get to zoom back out on the camera.
Yeah, I know that.
Interesting. Yeah, the eye can see better than what this camera can. So what you're seeing comparative to what I'm seeing, I can see these signs a lot bigger view and a lot fuller view, a lot clearer view. So yeah, ground stick signs. It's amazing, really. The stuff that you would not expect to find in a place such as a park near the city, but a park nonetheless, in a city like any other, even Moscow on the outskirts there's a playground with the same kind of structure signs being built in it that I've found and shared research with Dr. Igor Butsev. So it's just really fascinating. Well, thank you guys, and we'll catch
Thank you, my brother.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Oh, wait. Coyote. Oh, the red wolf. My friends, thank you for stopping by today. Pull Chop, Bobby, Terry, Stardashians, Monkey Man, Brother, Adrian, Village, Tabarka, Michelle, Onin. You guys are awesome. Ninja Dave, my brother. So we did some UFOs and some Bigfoot today. Hope you enjoyed. This is my brother Ninja Dave. Ninja Dave 1970. See you soon, Pull Chop. Much love. I'm gonna try to see if I can contact our brother Raymond. No. But you mean really hunt with a rifle or is that a law? Interesting, right, Terry? Wow. Crazy, right? Oh, I like these photos. Oh, I know this fighter. Very interesting. Look at that. Crazy. There it is, guys. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, it's another one. My friends, John P. loves ya. Thank you again for stopping by. Oh, thank you, Pull Chop. Terry, that's really awesome, brother. Thank you for that information. I'll connect with my friends and tell them that. Have a wonderful day, Terry. John P. loves you. Probably gonna prepare lunch soon. Wonderful morning, my friends. And maybe put some firewood. John P. loves you. See you soon.